What up, y'all? Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. I know I typically make, camera reviews and tech and iPad and drone content, but today I'm just kind of out here, kind of in my feelings. It's about the storm. It's probably not wise for me to have all my camera gear out, but I wanted to give y'all a story that was very important to me. Sometimes I like to make these motivational type videos, just kind of help people. Even if I can help one person, maybe with one of my experiences, then to me that's a success. But I remember it was one time I was in a real bad spot, you know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, when I was growing up, across the street from me used to live this dude named Leland. And when I was little, he was like 17, 18 years old, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward back to like this rough spot. It was a couple years ago, probably about maybe like 8 or 9 years ago. I was kind of venting on Facebook, which you shouldn't do, but whatever. But I was kind of venting on Facebook, and Leland just happened to hit me up out of nowhere and was like, basically, bro, are you good? And I'm like, tough guy, Terry, nah, I'm good, I don't need no help. And he was like, you know what? Why don't you just let me take you out to eat, Let me take you out to eat, let's talk about it. And at first I'm like, no, I don't need to go out to eat. I'm good, I can do this by myself. But he was persistent, so I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll go. So anyways, I go to meet Leland at some bar or something like that. And I remember ordering chicken strips, French fries, and I think a Diet Coke at the time. And I was sitting at the table, we talking back and forth, and I was getting real impatient. And he was like, T, what are you so uptight and impatient for? And I'm like, bro, I'm hungry, I want my food, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, bro, you know that the food is coming, right? And I'm like, yeah, but I want it now. But he was like, but it's coming. So why don't you chill, and instead of thinking like, when is my food coming, be thankful that it's food coming. And at that moment, Leland changed my life. And he don't even know it. And he might see this video, he may not see this video. I haven't talked to him in years, but at that moment, Leland changed my freaking life. And the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes, we all go through bad stuff. We all go through terrible things. Good people go through bad stuff, no matter what your beliefs are, no matter how you feel the universe is aligned, and whatever your religion, like none of that stuff matters when it comes to bad things happen to good people, good things happen to bad people. I mean, there are terrible people walking that have won the lottery, so bad things and good things, it's all relative. And karma is just how you relate those things, right? And some people don't believe in that either. But the reason I'm saying that is because just by changing your mentality, just by thinking about a situation a little bit different, that can change the whole outcome of the situation. We don't realize sometimes how powerful the human mind is. You don't realize how much control you have with just your mind. It's all of these things that we can't control. We can't control people, we can't control situations, but the one thing that we always have control over is the mind. Now I'm gonna give you an example, right? A lot of times you might go on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook and you see somebody complaining about how bad their day is. And sometimes that might have just started by, they spilled a cup of coffee or they spilled a cup of milk or something like that. And what ends up happening is, if you don't take control over these emotions, what ends up happening is that thought process keeps snowballing. So you might not even realize you're doing this sometimes, but that spilled cup of coffee now turns into the next bad thing happening in the morning that you automatically relating to this bad day you quote unquote having, right? And sometimes all you need to do is flip your mentality, because if you don't, then that entire day ends up wasted because you already got it in your mind that you're gonna have a bad day. So instead of saying like, oh man, I'm about to have a terrible day, I spilled my coffee this morning, sometimes you gotta look at the brighter side of it, like, at least I can make me another cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's just small shifts in the mental like that can really help go a long way when it comes to conquering these, negative situations that we all have. You know what I'm saying? I get it, everybody's capacity in handling these situations is different, but the one thing I'm trying to get you to realize is all you need to do is shift your mentality. You might be like, oh, Terry, that's just the whole glass half full versus glass half empty thing, right? I guess I'm just a glass half full kind of guy instead of a glass half empty, because I now realize all it takes is for me to change my thinking about a situation, and I can change the whole trajectory of how that situation is gonna go. It might be a bad situation, and just because my thought process was a little bit different, just because I thought instead of it being the worst, I found the best in it, a lot of times I can change and affect those situations. So I guess the only thing I'm trying to tell you today is whatever it is you're trying to do in your life, I don't care how good of a person you are. I don't care if you're the most amazing person walking this earth. Bad stuff is gonna happen to you, but it's all up to you on how you let that bad stuff affect what happens moving forward, because you can totally change it just by thinking on the positive side of things versus thinking on the negative side of things. So here's my challenge to you. The next time something bad happens in the morning, you spilled your cup of coffee, you knocked a bowl of cereal or something like that over, instead of thinking like, oh man, my whole day is freaking ruined, think about like, yo, at least I got more cereal to pour. Instead of thinking about, yo, I was late to work, it's the end of the world, think about, yo, at least I had a car to get to work. At least I was able to make it to work safely. So just shift your mentality the next time one of these things happen, and I promise you, if you make this a habit and you stay consistent at it, and you actually put in an effort to shift your mentality to always looking on the brighter side of things instead of the negative side, your quality of life will improve. I promise you, just try it. But anyways, you know, that's all I got for you. Like I said, I'm just out here in my feelings. I don't want to get caught in this rain. I was about to fly my drone, but you know, that's kind of dangerous. But anyway, I hope this video helped at least one person. Like I said, if it helped at least one person, and even though this video won't get no views and all of that stuff, I feel good that I was able to at least help one person out. Go ahead and feel free to share it. You know, feel free to comment below. I really appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. A lot of great things coming on this channel. I'm out of here. Piece of chicken grease. Terry Warfield. Peace.